I think I'm the kind of person who catches on slowly, if at all. I've been planning for 40 years a journey through time, been collecting the appropriate memories, sadness at taillights lost in the dust, the weariness of my sunburnt body as I lowered myself to sleep on a basement mattress, sudden, startling happiness at her appearance at my door when we both knew she was cities away. The smell of rain through the kitchen window just when we thought we might die of thirst, the fear of answering incorrectly when somebody I love asked me something not inconsequential despite our common smile and the public place of our meeting. Oh, I have gathered everything, but for all my planning, I'm too late. It's 40 years in the future. The newborn me would never believe. That was Sean Johnston. This is the Inspired Word Cafe. Yeah. How is everyone? So, yeah, woos. I also am woo. Tonight, I'm super stoked for our feature tonight. He's been a part of IWC, super big supporter of everything IWC. When I first met him, I was kind of like, what's this guy's, like, what does he want from me? Like, why is he being so nice? What's his... And then I just realized that, like, Tarran is, like, genuinely one of the nicest human beings that I've ever met in my entire life. And then I saw him read poetry, and he's also good at poetry, which is, like, you know, usually poets are jerks. So thought, but let's have a big IWC welcome for Tarran Kostiuk.
Thank you so kindly, Cole. Wow, you are tall. You are a tall fellow. Hi, everybody. So, yes, my name is Tarran, and I just want to give a real quick thank you to Inspire Word Cafe for featuring me here tonight. It is both a great honor and a great pleasure, and I hope you guys enjoy the words that I have to say. So, this first poem is one of my more recent pieces, and it's gone through a bit of an evolution thanks to lots of re-inspiration, revisiting, and help from one very dear to me. So I hope you enjoy a letter to my future self. Dear future me, you supernova, you blinding cosmic event bursting light in all directions, mystifying the eyes that gaze upon you. I write to you as a drifting nebula, a cloud of dust just waiting to become a star. How have you been, bud? I hope you've been well. I've been all right, and I may be using that term loosely, but of course, you already know that. Man, I have so many things that I want to ask you. First off, how's the lady? Is there a lady? Come on, you can be honest with me, you player, you smooth ladies man. Heaven knows I'm neither of these, but things can change, can't they? Secondly, how do you spend your days? Are you as still as the moon, hanging quietly in the night sky, isolated, patient, shining only when allowed? Or are your footsteps echoed with the rock of thunderclaps and the roll of tidal waves, craters molded in the earth where you've left such an impact that you could have shaken even me off of my feet? I'll admit, I have my doubts. My earth remains painfully still. And how are you with people? Can you look someone in the eyes without worrying about the cracks in your smile? Or the intensity of your voice as you recount tales of your bone-shattering courage, your heartbreak and turmoil? And to be honest, I find it kind of ironic that I wish for us to suffer these types of tragedies that could pluck heartstrings into a melody so morose, so melancholic, that we could make even the most well-versed poets weep, all for the sake of having stories to tell the crowd at the bar. I really hope that the years have been as kind to you as they have been cruel. And finally, what do you think of me? I really hope I've left you satisfied. I mean, I spent so much time working on you, crafting stories, crafting the storybook of memories for you, illustrated by scars that line leather binding, on pages bathed in sunlight and dotted with rain, supported by a spine that creaks and groans beneath the weight of promises that I pray aren't empty. And truth be told, I can't tell if this story is really going anywhere at all. Like, surely in all of this rising action, there should have been a climax by now. And I can only wonder if it's too soon for character development or if it's too late. All I know is I spend so much time working on you that I tend to forget about me. I guess I just place so much admiration in the spirits that haunt memories of me like empty houses. They leave footprints in the dust that I've neglected to sweep. I guess I'm just convinced that someday they'll show me which way to go, because I could really use some guidance sometimes. I still don't trust in my own 2 feet. I've been led in circles by the crumbs I've left behind, and I swear I could curse the God who put that sun in the sky, only to let it fall. It reminds me that time is running out, and soon there will be no more light left to guide me. And you know, sometimes I think I hear faint whispers, words of wisdom waning through the wind, but when I turn my ear towards them, I hear nothing. Man, is it too much to ask of you if you could just give me a sign? Something, anything reminding me that we do make it, that our hearts keep on beating. And if I continue to hear nothing, I guess I'll just have to take your silence as a yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Too kind. This next poem is special to me because it is the very first spoken word piece I ever wrote. I wrote it just as I came to IWC about a year ago. And it's also gone through some nice evolutions. So enjoy Lost in the Sky. At last, I was free. I felt the chains drop from my limbs and thunder to the ground like drums, pounding the rhythm of my march as I paraded, head high, eyes to the sky, and a heart as light as feathers. Feathers that would gather and become wings upon my back, wings as wide as the 7 seas, with each flutter casting mighty winds to be felt across the land. And were they to take flight, I would soar above the clouds and twirl in the light of our sun. My shadow would fall upon the earth, and all who cast their gaze upwards would suddenly believe in angels. And of course, I am no angel. I am just a boy who never learned to fly. But I like to call myself a dreamer, and not much else. When I came into this world, I had stars in my eyes and a fire in my breast, a raging fire that gave light to the roads that I was never meant to follow. And as I sauntered down those roads in vain, I found that flame burning hotter and brighter. Failure strengthened me. It gave me bones as strong as tempered steel, a voice that rivaled thunderstorms, and hurricane winds within my lungs. I blew those winds into my sails, and I voyaged on, searching for I'm not quite sure what. All those years I spent chasing a glimmering mirage just over the horizon, an ostensible prize. And on that summer's day, free from my chains, I vowed to sail fast and true, to reach out and finally find what possibilities lie beyond. But my waters felt no waves, only a paralyzing silence, as if the wind itself were afraid of drowning. I wish I could tell you all that I grabbed hold of those dreams like mountains, heaving myself higher, edge over jagged edge. I wish I could tell you that I read those dreams like poetry, losing myself in every finely crafted metaphor, finally finding my own meaning. Yet still here I lay, a book unread, stranded on a shelf, surrounded by memories that are 1 part dust and 2 parts shame, poured into a cocktail of things that I could never do, a drink that I always made far too strong, a drink that I could never pour out of my promises, and my promises were glass. And now I sit in a field of broken glass shards, trembling as they get to know my blood closer than I do. And now, when people point out my shards, asking me why I came back to my cage, why my wings remain closed like the eyes of somebody who refuses to see, I shake. Just a little. Not so as they would notice, but to me, they are earthquakes. So here I lay, hoping, praying that I can piece them all back together. How will I piece them all back together? I will piece them all back together. I promise. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. This next piece I wrote just after meeting the ocean for the very first time about a month and a half ago. Big moment for me. So I don't have a title for it, but I hope you enjoy. Puddles. Collections of the sky's fallen teardrops. Tiny. These water bodies are puny compared to the great bellowing gods we call oceans. Ripples. Unstoppable. Pushing through everything in their wake. The tiniest touch sends shockwaves as far as the eye can see, perhaps farther. When I dipped my hands into the Pacific off of the glassy shores of Victoria, was it felt in Japan? My energy traveling an impossible journey to faraway lands without me. I hope my waves were soothing to those who felt it. Waves, constant motion, smooth and flowing, growing, colliding with each other, combining to become tidal. Tidal waves, crashing and spreading chaos, rampaging, the force of nature in all of its terror, power unmatched, rolling and rising and peering over helpless beings before swallowing them into the sea. Did my waves become tidal? What have I done? A community fallen, an empire in ruins, all at my simplest touch. Someone's home, now the focus of my treachery, memories washed away, bleeding into the ocean. My ocean. I control you, great rolling blue. Your storms are my breath. Your thunder is my voice. I give you mighty roars and siren song. May all who hear them tremble. May all who hear them shake. We have come. We are eternal. Thank you. Okay. And I got one more piece for you lovely folks today. This poem is kind of a continuation of the last spoken word piece I read you, the Lost in the Sky. It's like a bit of a conclusion, if you will. It's called Fly My Way Home. And that's why you'll see some parallels. What are you for, wings upon my back? I don't deserve to carry your splendor. I don't deserve to spread you wide. All I do is keep you grounded, silent and still, like the leaves of autumn buried beneath winter snow. Square one has begun to feel a lot like home to me. Tick, tick, tick. Moments go by, like the dashes that line, a clock spun in a wild frenzy. As I crawl through days, weeks go streaming past. My calendar has been stealing time from me behind my back, and just like that, the alarm bells ring. Time is up again, and here still I remain, grounded, silent, and still. Why do I feel so at war with myself? My heart and mind relentlessly conflict until I am two separate faces, one filled with purpose, motivation, eyes brimming with a burning desire, urging me to run until my legs can split the mountainside. Meanwhile, the other face hasn't quite gotten the hang of smiling. Instead, it trembles. If it could sing, the notes that would drift off of its tremulous lips would be carried only by whimpers caused by the strangling restraint of fear. Fear is the chain around my ankles, a nervous anxiety curled around my legs so tight that I can't feel them anymore, and attached to them, cold, hard stone crafted by the delicate work of uncertainty, every nagging reason why I shouldn't break free. Anxiety is the muzzle around my mouth. Deep inside of me, there is a sound, a voice dancing on my tongue. It writes stories that will never be told, songs that will never be sung, because it only ever finds itself caged by my clenched teeth. I'm so tired. Tired of this cage, tired of being afraid to let my wings carry me above the clouds. I had loved the wind, but still didn't trust it enough not to loosen its grip on my feathers and let my body kiss the unforgiving earth. But it's not too late to trust. It's not too late to run. It's not too late to break free. My wings may be closed, but damn it, they're not broken. My eyes may be shut, but damn it, I can still feel. My hands are outstretched. My legs are whirlwinds, and my body is a thundercloud, and damn it, I am not broken. I've watched the trees shapeshift as summer wilts into fall. Deep, lively green becomes a myriad of red. It's an inspiring sight. Those leaves are not afraid to change their colors, so why am I? Perhaps it's time for a change in scenery. Time to turn these stones into my greatest weapon and smash the lock on this cage. Comfort is safety, but it is also a prison. Risk is freedom. Danger is growth. And it's these ideas that will teach you how to say, I can overcome this. It'll fuel your heart with, I am strong. It will surge through your veins and echo in your stories until your stories become legends. And no legend was ever built sitting at home. I'm ready. In awakening myself to risk and redemption, a simple man I will no longer be. Instead, let me take flight. Let me soar into the skies, pierce the atmosphere, and sleep on a bed of moonlight. May no horizon ever seem out of our grasp. Our dreams are ours for the taking, so never deny your potential. It's breaking through your skin. It's shining in your eyes. You are stardust that speaks, and you must collect yourself to truly shine. Stars were never meant for a life on the ground, so what are you still doing here? Dare to never find comfort in discomfort. Instead, dive into a sea of possibility and tell yourself that this is a length you can swim. And there will be storms. There will be crashing tidal waves and lightning that hammers the earth around you, but you are all shooting stars. And once you take flight, nothing can slow you down. So make that step. Find that reason. Seek out what makes your heart feel truly alive and do it. We were not born to make money. We were born to make art of the lives we live. So as you sit here now, I beg you to ask yourself, what kind of artist are you? Thank you.
Hi, Tarran.
Hi, Jessica.
Welcome to the Inspired Word Cafe Shaw Show.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was an amazing act that you did.
Thank you so much.
Love your poetry. It's really great.
I appreciate that very much.
I have some questions to ask you.
I have some answers.
While we're up here. Okay, when did you first get interested in writing poetry?
Well, I guess writing is just kind of something that I've always been really excited about as a kid. Like, I remember in, like, all throughout grade school, in, like, English class, I would get, like, this super, like, Christmas Eve level excitement whenever the teacher would say the words short story unit. I'd be getting all giddy and being like, all right, man, I'm going to plan out my stuff. And, like, as a kid, all I ever did was, like, pretty much play video games. I didn't delve into many skills. So having writing, which I thought I kind of had an aptitude for, I really latched onto it because it's something that I knew that I could dive into and grow with and develop with, and I just kind of never stopped, you know?
So ever since you were a kid, you were always into writing?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Awesome. My next question is, what inspires you the most to write?
What inspires me the most? That's a good question. I get inspired a lot by scenery. Like if I'm ever lacking inspiration, if I'm ever stuck on writer's block, I'll go and take a wander somewhere. And if I can find the right atmosphere, like if I find the right part of nature, it can usually bring that out of me. So it's mostly just stuff like that.
Nature?
Yeah, nature especially inspires me.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
something
find it
about
inspiring too.
Yeah, something about nature, the embrace of it, the feeling, the sounds, just like, it's just such a nurturing environment.
Absolutely. I agree. My next question. If you had a pet sloth, what would you call it?
A pet sloth, what would I call it? I feel like I would want to give it like a super ironic name. Like I'd want to name it Dog.
Dog?
Yeah. I would just keep calling it Dog. And then one day it'd have like a really like existential crisis. It'd just like, what am I? Am I a dog or am I a sloth?
He'll be confused.
It'd be really confused. And I'd be like, you're a dog, sloth. You're a sloth dog. I don't know. Either that or I would pay a sweet homage to Zootopia and call it Flash.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I'm glad.
So I heard. So my next question. I heard that you like animals.
I do like animals.
So my question is, if you could be any animal, if you could transform into any animal, what animal would it be and why?
A sloth dog.
A sloth dog.
Yes. Actually, no, I would definitely. Actually, a sloth would be great because a sloth, they just chill all day. They just hang on branches and they'd be super adorable and they just have a good time.
So you just want to be adorable and
Yeah.
sleep all day?
I mean, I pretty much do that already. So halfway there. All I need is a fur and the sweet claws.
My next question. What would be your favorite poet? Who's your favorite poet or musician if you don't have a favorite poet?
Ooh, okay. Well, favorite poet. The first one that always jumps to mind is a spoken word poet named Rudy Francisco. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a brilliant poet. You can find him on Button Poetry. He's got this wonderful way of wordplay, and it's just he's a huge inspiration to me. And do you want a musician too?
Yes.
Definitely. I think I'd have to give it to Eagles.
The Eagles?
Definitely, 100%.
Do you have a favorite song by the Eagles that that you really like?
A song that really means a lot to me from them is "Take It to the Limit." That one I can always just bust out, just jam out to. So
What
good.
is it about the song that you like?
The meaning behind it, like put me on a highway and show me a sign, Just go on the road and just live your life. Take it to the limit. Push it, Don't give up.
So you're a love poet,
Yeah.
you think? You've been labeled love poet.
Thanks. Yeah, I have.
And speaking of love, I heard that you met someone special,
I very well did.
and she might be in the audience tonight.
She very well is.
How did you meet? I'm curious. I want to know.
We actually met thanks to Inspired Word Cafe. She saw me read one night, and then she got in contact with me, and we started talking, and it's just been roses ever since.
So maybe we'll be hearing more love poetry from you.
I think so.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, and I think I'll be hearing stuff from her too. She's a wonderful poet.
Well, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hearing
Yes.
poetry. And another question I have: where can we find more of your work?
I don't really have. I don't really have a place where I post a lot. I do have a Tumblr blog called I Wander with Words, but I haven't posted on it for a while. But I'm going to soon again. But other than that, there's not really many places you can find it. If you want to get in contact with me, and I can read it to you personally,
Okay, and
$20 an hour.
where can people contact you?
Facebook, just get a hold of me on Facebook. I'm always on there.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
And will you be in any upcoming shows?
Hopefully. On IWC, I try to go to Inspired Work Cafe as much as I can, and whenever I go there, I try and read because I'm addicted to it. Performing is a drug that I never want to quit.
At least it's a healthy drug, right?
Yeah, very healthy.
Good for your health, good outlet.
Better than most.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming out. And
Thank you.
Really happy to have you tonight.
Happy to be here.
And you can find more of us on inspiredword.com, on YouTube, and Shaw Show. And we're also on Facebook. That's it. Thanks for coming out.